day 38 of these 40 days of stewardship, which means we're almost to the end. And we're taking these last few segments to talk about how to take all of these stewardship principles that we've learned and move them past being personal decisions to them being generational principles that we pass along to our children. We want to have continuous conversations with these. We want to model these things that we've been learning. We want to show them that these concepts help us to make decisions about our spending. We want them to participate in this with us so that they learn to do it themselves. And so one of the, we've been reading a lot from the book of Proverbs. I don't know if you've noticed that. A lot of verses come out of Proverbs. Think about Proverbs 22:7. We use this several times. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. And Proverbs seems like a very adult book that, is talking about things that, wise choices that you make when you're an adult so you don't mess your life up. But if you really read the whole context of the book of Proverbs, it's a conversation between a father and his child. Listen to this, Proverbs 1:8-9. Hear, my son, your father's instruction. Forsake not your mother's teaching. They are a graceful garland for your head and pendants for your neck. So this is a conversation that a parent is having with his children. He's making observations of life about finances, about all kinds of things. It's just going to help them to be good, wise, responsible adults. So here's the next stewardship tip that I would pass along if you want to teach these principles to your children, and that is open up your children a kid account. Go to the bank and open them up a place where they can fund money in and they spend it out. There's a lot of banks that have done a great job with this in the last 10 years or so. It's really easy to go down and open your children up an account free of charge. We did that for both of our girls. They've had individual spending accounts and savings accounts, since early in their teenage years, maybe. I can remember my parents, when I was probably 8 or 9 years old, they opened for me a checking account. I know we don't do a whole lot of checking anymore, but I learned 8, 9 years old how to work, put money in my checking account. I'd go when I wanted to buy something, I'd write a check for it. Every month, my mom would sit me down and I'd balance my checkbook. Again, that's something that people just don't do anymore. But I learned before my 10th birthday how to manage my finances, and it became a regular habit of my life through my teenage years and on into adulthood. Man, I was already well on my way to understanding how the world works. If you don't feel comfortable opening your child an account at the bank, that's understandable. Go find a piggy bank, put it in their room, but have them to do little jobs to earn their way to put some money in there, but also every month have them count it. Have them to kind of compare, this is how much I have and this is what I want. And if they keep going at the rate they're going, how long is it going to take them to get there? And it also helps them to feel the pain of spending their own money. Man, I had $30 in my piggy bank, and I went and bought what I wanted. Man, I really wanted it, but now it's kind of tough. I only have 50 cents, right? All of a sudden, they begin to realize how much things cost. So the action step for today, one way or another, whether it's a piggy bank or a bank account, open up a way for your children to fund and spend their own money.